All right, so today we're going to talk about how to factor if the beginning number is something other than 1. So if there's a number at the start that is something other than, like if it's not just 1x squared. So factoring ax squared plus or minus bx plus or minus c. So the way to do this is a little different. There's only a few small changes, but I'm going to show you. Sorry? Yeah. There's only a few small changes. And so if you've been doing it the long way that I've been teaching you, it's not going to be bad at all. Only a few changes. All right. So I'm going to give you an equation that is, yeah, we'll do it. 2x squared minus 8x plus 8.
Oh, this is the one that you showed us with the in the parentheses.
You can do it that way. I'm going to show you another way that you can do it right now. It's not going to be negative 4 and negative 4, because negative 4 times negative 4 is what?
Negative 16.
Yeah. Positive 16.
I'm sorry.
So with this one, what you can do, that doesn't have to be negative 6. Or sorry, negative 8.
Negative 2 and 4.
Okay, still doesn't have to be negative 8.
Negative.
How about I show you?
Yes.
Okay. So rather than just looking at 8 here, you're going to start by multiplying the a times the c. So instead of looking for things that multiply to be 8, you're looking for things that multiply to be 2 times 8, which is 16. And then the things that multiply to be 16 have to add up to be negative 8. Negative 4 and negative 4. Okay? So now you're not looking for things that multiply to be 8 and add to be negative 8. You're looking for things that multiply to be 2 times 8, which is 16, and then add to be negative 8. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use these two numbers the same way we use them in the long way. I'm going to
I got it right the first.
so, yeah, okay. So I'm going to split this into 2x squared minus 4x minus another 4x plus 8.
Both have a 4 in them.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, the first two, they don't both have a 4
They have an X in both of them.
and a 2. So you can take out a 2x from the first two.
So that would just be X, right?
So x minus 2, right? Because 2 divided by 2 is 2. Or sorry, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then if it's 4x divided by 2x, the x goes away. And then 2x squared divided by 2x, the 2 goes away, and then there's 1x left. Kinda?
I got it.
Okay, now the last two here, minus 4x plus 8, if we take out a negative 4, it's, yeah, but it's,
Negative X,
well, hold on, if we take out a negative, negative 4 divided by negative 4
oh,
is
it's a negative.
positive
Oh, yeah,
x.
it is negative.
And then positive 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. You have to take the sign into account.
Yeah.
And then one set of parentheses is what's inside, x minus 2. And one set of parentheses is what's outside, 2x minus 4.
But
There's a way to do the short way on this one too.
No. If you want it, the short way actually ends up being much longer. Because you have to take into account that it could be 2 and 1 or 1 and 2, and 8 could be 1 and 8, 2 and 4, 4 and 2, 8 and 1.
so what you're
So
saying,
you have to
yeah,
do 6 different factors to try and do it the short way. Sorry?
actually works this one out.
Yeah, this is the shorter way with this. This is the reason why I taught you this way with the other ones, because this is actually the shortest way I have ever found in my teaching. I'm not lying, and there's not going to be a shorter way next week. This is the shortest way that you can do this. Alright? At least as far as I have found. If you want to try and do the short way, you have to take 6 different possibilities into account, which is not super short.
So it's not the short way, it's the longer way.
Yep, with this one. Okay, so let's take a look at another example, and I'm going to have you guys try one on your own. So let's do 6x squared plus 5x minus 6. Okay? So with this one, you're looking for two things that would multiply to be 6 times negative 6, which is negative 36. And they have to add to be positive 5. Okay, so which one's positive in that?
Or the negative.
Negative 4 and positive 9. Good. You have to take the signs into account.
Wait, that'd be oh.
Does that make sense? Because it's not supposed to multiply to be 6 now. It's supposed to multiply to be negative 36. Negative 4 times... So like when you split this, you're going to split it into be 6x squared minus 4x plus 9x minus 6. Are you with me, Devin?
Yeah.
Is anybody else not following along? John, you got this?
Okay, so wait, what are we adding up to get?
So these two middle things have to add to be positive 5. Negative 4 plus 9 is 5. And then the two middle things have to multiply to be negative 36, not negative 6. Because you start by doing the first number, the A, times the last number, the C. Kind of, sort of?
Yeah.
Alright. So you're going to do first two and last two here.
They both have 2x.
They both have 2x. And then that's going to be left behind. 6 divided by 2 is 3. X squared divided by x is x.
Okay, so this 2x thing,
Mm-hmm.
where did you get that from?
So 6 and 4, what's the number that goes into both of them?
Oh, for 2.
2. And then they both have at least one x, so you can also take out an x. So that's where the 2x came from. It's the greatest common factor of these two numbers. So then negative 4x divided by 2x is going to be negative 2 with no more x. 9x minus 6, what goes into both 9 and 6? 3. So I'm going to put plus 3. And then they don't both have an x, so it's just the plus 3.
It's gonna be 3x over here.
So yeah, 9x divided by 3 is 3x. And then minus 6 divided by 3 is
2.
minus 2. Now since these two both are the same things in parentheses, you're going to do one set of parentheses with what's inside, 3x minus 2, and one set of parentheses with what's outside, 2x plus 3. Now this particular one, if you were trying to do it the short way, you'd have to take into account that a could be 6 and 1, or that the a's could be 6 and 1, or 2 and 3, and then the...
I mean the short way after you multiply this 6 and 6.
You have to get it here first. Like you still have to be able to split this, and then you have to be able to see what their factors are, because you wouldn't necessarily know right away that this splits into be 3 and 2 versus 2 and 3, and you wouldn't necessarily know right away what these would be either. You don't have to. There are ways to do it a different way, but this is the shortest way to do this that I've found.
Yeah, there's still steps you can leave out.
Okay.
That can
Okay. So let's try another one here. This one I'm going to have you guys try on your own. So we're going to do 6x squared plus 5x plus 1. So this is very similar to the last one, but it's only slightly different. So go ahead and give it a try. When you think you have it, raise your hand. I'll come on and check. So start with doing what, Karen? Okay, great. Start with doing 6 times 1. Okay, once you have 6 times 1, you're looking for things that multiply to be 6, but add to be 5. 3 and 2, good. And then factor out the first two and the last two.
But
Okay, so this is, no, something is 6 times negative 1 to We're looking for things that multiply to be 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. So you're looking for things that multiply to be positive 6, that add to be positive 5. So either they're both negative or they're both positive. Right. So if you were to use 6 and 1 and negative 6 and negative 1, these two add to be 7, which is 5. These two add to be negative 7, which is 5.
6x
So it's something else. Because if it's negative 6 and 1, it's negative 3. So it's positive 3, positive 2. So when you split it into plus 3x plus 2x plus 1. And then you factor from there, first two last two. Okay?
What do you put in the parentheses? 0.
Okay, so first thing, let's... One second, I'm going to check that into quickly.
I got it like this. Or I switched it out and then I...
Your numbers are wrong, though. Let's take a look. Okay, so listen really quickly here. Let's go this one step at a time. So, Kenna, I already asked you, what number are you looking for factors of? 6. And it's positive 6, right? So you have to take the positive 6 into account. So if you do 6 and negative 1, that doesn't multiply to be positive 6. If you do negative 1 and positive 6, that still doesn't multiply to be positive 6. It has to be two numbers. Okay. So Kenna is suggesting 3 and 2. It could also be negative 3 and negative 2. We could look at 6 and 1, and we could look at negative 6 and negative 1. Now, of these numbers, the only ones that add to be positive 5, well, you can't do 6 and negative 1 because this is positive. They have to both be negative or both be positive in order to make a positive number. So if you do 3 and 2, 1 second, Maddie. I'm just going to write this next step down. I'm going to have you guys try it on your own. So it's going to be 6x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 1. And now you're going to factor first 2 and last 2.
Hold on, not done yet.
Well, you're looking at the first 2. You're looking for what goes into both 6x squared and 3x. So what number? 3, right? Not 2, but 3. Do they both have an x? Okay, so factor out a 2x on both of them. And factoring means to divide.
So is that what it's
3x plus 1 is 3x. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Divided by x is 1. Okay. And then what goes into both 2 and 1? Do they both have an x? This is just the 1 outside. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. And 1 divided by 1 is 2. Okay, left. Now the inside max. Half it, sorry. The first half? Second half. Okay, hold on. So 6 divided by 3 is 3. 2, good. The other part's right. 3x divided by 3x is 1. And then what goes into both 2 and 1? Good. One set of parentheses is what's inside. Good. The other is what's outside. Nice. There you go. Okay. Shouldn't be 0. It should be 1. Because here this 1 shouldn't go away. This should be, like if you factor a 1 out, 1 divided by 1 is 1. And then this is still 1 down here. And this is 3x divided by 3x is 1. So now you have it right. You're very, very close. For you, same thing. No. 2x plus 1 is not the same as just 2x. Okay. 2 doesn't go into 3, so you can't take that 2. So 6 and 3, both of them have 3. Both of them have 3. Okay, so let's go through the rest of this here, guys. 3x divided by 3x is 0.
Oh.
What is it? Yeah. Same thing for you. 3x divided by 3x is 0.
So this,
Yeah.
then it's 1, 2.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hold on, guys. Shh, quiet.
That means I don't get it.
Well, listen, please. We'll go through the next. We'll go through this one, and then we'll talk about some of the assignment together too. That's fine. All right. So 6 and 3. What goes into both of those is 3, and then they both have an x. Almost everybody saw that, which is awesome. 6x squared divided by 3x. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Most people got that. X squared divided by x is x. 3x divided by 3x. So 3 divided by 3 is not 0.
1.
It's 1. And then there's no more x because x divided by x takes the x away. Now on the right-hand side, 2 and 1, the only number that goes into both of those is 1. And then they don't both have an x, so it's just a 1 you're taking out. 2x divided by 1 is 2x. And then 1 divided by 1 is 1, so plus 1. Now one set of parentheses is what's inside, 2x plus 1. The other set is what's outside, 3x plus 1. And now it's factored. That's the answer, yeah. Now, I'm willing to go through some of the assignment with you guys if you want me to.
I want to go with the vending machine.
Okay.
I asked first.
Yeah, I was about to say, Walker asked first.
I was second.
Did you even ask him?
Yeah. I asked that.
Walker.
Of course he's going to back you up. I don't remember that happening.
Or can I go to the vending machine to Walker gets that?
Can we work with someone?
I'll go up
I
to that.
Well, hold on. I want to go over the first parts as a class. And then after that, I'll see if you guys can work together. We'll see how that goes.
Can I go?
Yeah, Walker, you can go. All right, so I want to go through a couple with you guys as a class.